2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Inaloo or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Good morning.
Hey-o.
It's all a little bit different in here this morning.
Yes, it is indeed.
We are missing our Mitch.
I didn't have my headphones on.
That's all right, mate.
Yes.
Right,
Now,
yeah.
apparently there was breaking news on the Mitch front. We haven't
a lot of
heard from
breaking
him so
news.
much this morning. But what was the word, Alicia? He's on his way. Is he awake?
He's on his way, he's awake. He overslept.
Thank
Right.
goodness.
I just
we
rang
were
Lincoln.
all worried.
Lincoln texted him at 5:30, had no response, so he was worried as well. We're all worried. We're trying to get Sarah's number, but he's all right. That's the main thing. And Maddie Rose in there just being a superstar.
Yeah, thanks,
Maddie.
Maddie.
I mean, quite frankly, I hope he's not listening. I'd rather Maddie anyway.
It was a rough awakening. Please, Mitch, come in.
So
I'm on the record as saying I'd rather Maddie Rowe on the show. I mean, Mitch knows this. I ring him every day and tell him that.
I must say, it's nice to have another pair of melons in the room.
Oh, and I've
Yeah,
worn my
lovely
melon
shirt.
top
Shirt.
too.
That's the shirt.
Yes.
My
You look
papaya
shocked.
shirt.
Everyone's shocked in the
I
car
saw-
right
I
now.
saw that
she,
shirt
She
before.
has a shirt with 2 melons on it.
Open melons.
Hey, keep an eye out the window.
Why? What's out the window?
Because Air Drake, which is a Boeing 757-23A, a big white plane with a white tail. It's got nothing on the tail, I don't think. It's just a completely white plane. Is taking off right now. If you're looking out over Brisbane, you see a white plane taking off with a white tail, like no Qantas logo or anything. Just
It's white.
that's Drake. That's Drake
Oh.
going. Drake's just taken off to Fiji.
Oh, he's going to Fiji. I wonder where he's staying. I'm struggling to work out where to stay. I know that's not the big
Well,
news.
DM him. But the question is he coming back? Because the big rumours yesterday was that Drake is done for Australia and New Zealand.
What happened for him to bolt?
Don't know. I think he's just a bit sick of it,
I reckon
to be
he's
honest.
sick of us. I reckon he's sick of just being hounded. He's sick of.
Yeah, I think he's-
we've been trolling him a little bit.
I think he had a moment of what am I doing here? As far as I know, no one else can really suggest why he's done it, but there's suggestions that last night was his last concert for Australia and New Zealand. There's been no absolute confirmation. Live Nation aren't confirming it, but everyone's talking about it.
See, I thought he coincided his tour. Matty, you'd know better. You know music, but I thought he sort of coincided his Australian tour with the Super Bowl to purposely come down under, get out of the way, because surely the spotlight, whatever he's received here in Australia,
Is less than.
would be nothing compared to what he would have got back in the States.
Yeah, but then it flopped and Kendrick did such a great job and now, well, I guess he's still in hiding in Australia. Now he's going to Fiji to really be in hiding.
But I mean, why wouldn't you go to Fiji? He's probably done all the hot spots. He's seen all the hot influences.
But
he's
he's
like,
got,
I'm gonna...
doesn't he have dates sold out?
He has. He's got to play here next week.
He's made a
Next week,
commitment.
Yeah,
to
but
the-
Fiji's a 3.5-hour flight across the puddle.
But they're
It's not a
saying he
big
might
deal.
be coming back.
Yeah, but you're going to Hong Kong this weekend and you're coming back, so...
Yeah, but even before the Fiji thing, they're saying he won't come back. They reckon his glass stage that he walks on is already being
Packed up.
and moved to Europe.
We need to get one of the roadies on the
Or a
on the
wharfie,
phone.
wherever,
Yeah.
however the hell they get a stage to Europe.
So he was packing all the Drake's stuff up.
And there's a
people need to
plane
know.
flying out now. That's
It's
him.
literally, if you see one in the sky right now, it took off at 6 a.m. or 6:00 something. So, yeah, that's Drake leaving us. Will he come back? That's the question.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Billie Eilish isn't bailing.
No, she ain't.
She's seeing her concert dates out.
Yes, she is. Bloody legend. But I think Drake's been delayed. Nick's just telling me we're tracking that plane now. It might be still sitting at Brisbane Airport. So if you want to see Drake fly over your head, it hasn't happened yet. Big white plane.
Yeah, heading for Fiji.
Heading for Fiji.
I'm trying to imagine how many people right now would be stopping, pulling up at the airport to watch a white plane go up over the head.
Well, they do it for just
I
normal
definitely
planes.
would, yeah.
There's plane sickos out
Actually,
there.
we need to be grateful to some of these people because they caught the Toronto crash. They
Yeah,
caught
exactly.
the evidence.
That's a good point. Who on earth was filming that? Just speculatively.
It was 2 Germans, I think.
Ah, that makes sense.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
It's Ash Lutzi and Nikki Osborne here at Nova.
Yeah, with Matty Rowe in the house because
That's not Mitch.
Mitch is running late this morning. How are you going anyway, Matty? You good? I see
Yeah,
you've been
I'm
travelling
sweating.
around. Have you been travelling around the country? Taking the show on the road?
Kind of. I'm worked out that I've taken 9 flights already this year. Lots of Sydney trips.
You getting
For
your
music.
frequent flyers on that? You're going to go platinum in no time the way you're going.
They're making it harder than ever.
What?
I feel
So hard.
That's illegal.
so hard. I feel
made
like you've got to
it
have
10
more points.
Yes, I made it 10 status points shy of going up a tier, and I missed out. And then old Five Arms said he'd sort me out, and he hasn't.
Well, at least he's trying to help, is
Yeah,
he? Or-
he is.
But
He
why
is
are
trying
they
to help.
denying her bloody
Yeah, you
points?
should
You
know.
can't do that. Someone's getting them. Bloody hell, and in publicity's probably taking them all.
Yeah,
No,
bloody
that
Helen.
doesn't happen, does it?
Well, who is taking them? Someone's taking your points.
Well, Nova's not paying for my flights. It's other people.
Other people.
Labels.
But I'm doing mine. Okay, so I'm going to Hong Kong on Friday, and someone else is looking after the stuff. And I said,
Who's your man?
give me my Qantas points. And they said, yeah, no worries, you're flying Cathay, but we can do that because it's one world. I'm getting my points.
Oh, you need to have a points chat with Lutzy.
And you know what you say? You say, look, it's not about the points. It's about my status and everything. So I make sure I get my aisle seat with my special meal and my...
Oh, you've hacked the system.
Yeah.
He
So then
knows
they go-
systems,
Yeah.
Maddie.
Then you get into, oh no, it's my dietary requirements. Like, you got to put my points in because otherwise I sit in a seat getting the steak and I don't eat steak.
Yeah, you know.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at the way he
His
says,
first one
I don't eat
problem.
steak. Like,
and guess what? I eat steak. But like, they don't know that. They don't know that I eat steak.
You know the movie with George Clooney?
Yeah,
Like-
up in the air.
Yeah, that's Lutzy.
That's me.
Yeah. Are you currently having an affair with a woman having an affair?
I wish. That'd be pretty fun, wouldn't it?
The Ash, Lutzy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Mitch is here.
Oh, you've been timing me.
Oh, maybe.
No, that's fine. That's
maybe.
good. What are you clocking me at, though?
No, you're
'Cause-
41 minutes late. That's what. What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Don't know. I don't know. Just I woke up to my wife's alarm at 6 a.m. and then you catch the sunlight, and I thought, oh, that's all right because it is the weekend. I thought I'll just have a look at my phone just in case. Like I knew it couldn't have been, but I thought I've never done this before. Certainly not while paneling the show. Why would I do that? Why would I not get in early? I'm supposed to be in an hour before that. No. And then I had 2 kids up. They don't get up early. They're up. They would have the language they heard between leaving my bedroom and getting to the front door. And Sarah said, "I'll help," and she just raced out of the room. And I thought, "What are you doing?" She ran out, opened the front door, put keys in the car, and started the engine so I could literally run down the stairs. I grabbed my laptop bag out the door, straight in the car, and just take off. So, having said that, I've discovered a faster way to get to work today. So, yeah. Well, okay, I come along Wynnum Road. I'm coming out from the eastern suburbs, the Redlands, and I'm always like, you know what? It probably would be faster to go across the Gateway. I'm also a little bit of a tight ass, but I'm like, you know what? If I'm ever desperate enough, I probably will go that way just to see if it is faster. But the only time I'm ever desperate enough is when I'm already running late, and I don't want to take that risk. Today I took that risk, so that was fun. Fun listening to you guys talk about having my brother on the line and trying to see whether I was okay, and I'm having a great day. So yeah, this has been fun. So.
Oh, there we go. Okay, a
we
minute
called it?
41.
Oh, my
A minute
God.
41.
You came in too early.
No, look.
I reckon there was more left in the tank.
Because you didn't show me the phone, and then I'm like, you guys weren't engaged, and I'm like, oh, this has been a thing that I've missed. And
But you know what you really surprised me with? I had you pegged for how many?
You started the clock before he started talking.
I reckon I started 10 seconds.
No, Dylan's getting the official...
Oh, Dylan
Yeah.
did the official time?
Well, I just texted him then. So I was saying, how long was that from start to finish, Mitch's answer? Because we've bet how long and how many apologies. I don't think
Yeah,
I got
not
any
one. Not one, sorry.
No sorries?
yeah, no,
No,
I
if it has
actually-
Was there?
if it had to be an on-air one, there was a few off-air and phone calls. So that I
No,
probably
no,
got.
no.
No, I'm
No,
saying
no,
I
no.
probably,
Didn't count. It
I
was
probably
just
got them
about-
out of my system.
We
you know.
played a Mitch
Yeah.
bingo.
So
We
how
said-
long did you say he was going to go for?
I said,
should have thrown one
I
out.
said that
know.
he'd go for a minute 6.
Ooh.
I was 42 seconds.
Come on, Ash, you know me
I
better
was
than that.
40. I was 45 seconds. So you're a lot closer.
Okay, a minute 6. Yeah, well,
I think he went over
I
a
just
minute
figured
6.
that he definitely went over a minute 6 because I was looking at the clock. He started it on the 33 second. He finished back on the top of the hour, so I think it was close to
I
about
think-
a
well,
minute
you've won the
15,
time.
minute 20, I reckon.
You've definitely won the time. And how many sorries? I had 4 sorries written
I
down.
had 4
but
sorries as well.
You had 4 sorries?
I had 2 sorries written down.
I didn't clock any sorries, though.
No,
No,
I
not
didn't
on
think
air.
there was any
So-
sorry.
No.
Yeah, you guys should be asking why I haven't directed any towards you yet, even off air. I come in, I apologise to Maddie and
Well,
thanked
and
her.
then there's the listeners. I mean, that listeners.
Yeah, you need to apologise to our listeners,
I just spoke for a minute 40 straight.
They're the real victims.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Bill Clinton will be the new President of the United States.
It was announced at Buckingham Palace today that the Duke and Duchess of York are to separate.
Escobar, a ruthless killer, escaped from his own luxury prison when authorities tried to transfer him to another jail.
We are getting word this evening of some rock throwing by youths in South Central Los Angeles, perhaps in reaction to today's verdicts of the Rodney King beating.
South Central Los Angeles. Riots, violence and looting spread across the city.
Mike Tyson has been sentenced to 10 years in jail.
The opening ceremony of the 1992 Summer Olympics in Barcelona. It was there that Antonio Rebolo Lignan, an archer with nerves of steel, stepped forward and ignited an arrow from the Olympic torch. Despite a strong wind, he took aim at a cauldron visible in the night.
Disneyland has come to Europe. Euro Disney Paris, the most spectacular holiday in Europe.
But the people of Queensland have obviously decided that they don't want daylight saving.
Wow, isn't that a throwback?
Who was that saying the daylight saving?
I don't know.
Sounded like Hawk.
It was Queensland, though. Queensland doesn't want these over there. 92.
That's right. That
was Wayne Goss years.
So didn't we have it? They brought it in for one summer to trial it or something like that around that time. I remember.
You know what I remember? 92.
That was great. That retrospective.
92. I've only got one memory that jumps out at me.
Broncos.
I remember watching I can't remember what house I was at. I was watching the Broncos. They won, and then I had to go straight away and get a bus to the Gold Coast for a cross-country camp or athletics camp at Nudgee. But I remember being so happy on the bus.
We won 92 and 93.
Yep.
First time they ever won.
I think the biggest deal in this year was the guy lighting the cauldron at the Olympics. That was when they kind of took it up next level. It used to be just someone would march up and just light it. I remember when that happened, when he shot the arrow and
that was such a clutch play too, because if that didn't go well, I didn't realise until then there was high wind. I wonder, any archers listening, whether that shot, is that a respected shot or was it a pretty easy shot?
I reckon given their targets are usually
if you're a good archer.
Yeah,
he had to, because he kind of had to land it in the basin of the torch, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm not sure it did. I think it went. In my mind, it went through it and just continued on. I thought there's some poor bastard late for the stadium behind there that got skewered by a flaming torch. I mean, and some doves I think went up as well. There was a whole backstory to that.
Yeah, but that was the times.
Funny.
They were the times, weren't they?
I think that was Rick Birch. We had him on our podcast. He did the choreo and everything for that. The Australian fella. I remember telling him I have to find that story. It's a pretty funny story behind that lighting.
And then I'm reading about Kerry Packer pulls off Australia's naughtiest home videos.
Oh, I remember
so
that night.
So that was on air in the middle of it.
I was at my mum's house actually, and watching Australia's funniest home videos in the kitchen, and it was the naughty version. It was it was on later than usual, and halfway through it they've gone to a commercial break, and then another show just popped up. And I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Yes.
What was it just pulled midair?
What had happened was Kerry Packer was at home watching his own TV station, Channel 9, and we watched this Doug Mulray hosted it.
Doug Mulray.
It was Doug Mulray, and Packer's obviously thought, what is this shit on my television? And he rang up and he told them to take it off. And midway through the show.
Did Mulray get
What
canned?
about the power of that?
Did Mulray get canned from 9?
I can't remember.
Well, it's not his fault. He's just the host.
Yeah, good point. But
you can't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, but you've been in the. I think it's Kerry Packer. He does what he wants.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think they would have fired the host. They just would have redistributed him.
Yeah.
To an afternoon getaway program or something.
Doug Mulray, Fiji.
I love funniest home videos. I love that.
Tony Perrin.
Yes,
Tony Perrin.
Well, how ahead of its time was it? You think about it.
Shelley Craft.
Yeah, it was YouTube.
When we doom scroll now, that's funniest home videos, essentially.
It was out of me or Shelley Craft to host that when Shelley Craft came in. And didn't she just end up doing nothing?
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
You know how we have a caller of the week each week?
Every Friday.
Yes, and you get given a pack. And this year's pack is way better than last year's pack because this year you got
it's brilliant.
Sort of a really cool beach bag.
The navy blue beach bag.
And I've got a gone fishing bucket hat. Lutzi, you got your stubwire holder.
Yeah, which is great. But
what Nikki brought to the table is a towel. And we've never had a towel before. Yeah, it's our own beach towel. Well, It's become my favourite towel. And
It's really fluffy.
yesterday, yeah.
It's super fluffy.
really good towel.
It's not one of those like
No.
manky skinny ones, you know, where they're like thin. Like this is like triple ply. kind of thing.
It's got some substance to it. Like it's good quality. It's not one of those towels that breaks apart.
No.
And I've been using it as my gym towel. Like, so I chuck it in the back of the car and it's sort of,
I think it's too good for that, buddy.
No. It's like the ultimate compliment because, you're taking it out all the time. It's like it's your accessory when you take it.
Yeah, your name's on it, though.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of like
at the
that.
gym, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I kind of like that. I won't lie. I'm owning that. I like that.
Okay.
But I left Functionwell yesterday and I'd driven out of the car park. I'm on the way home and I go, I left that bloody towel.
Oh, come on.
I left it up in the gym and I thought, now Mucky or someone will pick it up and they'll put it in the lost property. And then I went, no, I'm going back. And I doubled back around. I went around Bunnings. I drove back in and I went back up and grabbed the towel.
It's a good.
It was still there. No one had stolen it.
No, it was just sitting there on the
No
bench.
one wants to touch Ash's back sweat, but no, it's a good looking towel.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
It's navy and white. It's not some like poxy merch towel. It's fashionable.
But it's good fabric.
Yeah, it's good fabric.
And
I've
you know
never
who's-
been quite so passionate about a towel before.
I'm dancing with you, Nikki. I feel the same way.
Oh, we're dancing.
Like it has to be some towel for me not to have, gone, if it was any other towel, I would have gone, yeah, it'd be sweet.
Oh my God, imagine if we brought out a tea towel.
No.
That'd set the sink on
too far.
fire.
Cheapens the whole process, doesn't it?
Really?
No, I
But
think-
everyone
I think
needs a
it
tea
does.
towel.
No, they don't. Who?
Actually, no.
What do you do with a tea towel? I've
you
never
always
used a
eat
tea
out.
towel in my life.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Just quick, we missed earlier, Drake's taken off. He's heading to Fiji. Don't know whether he's coming back yet to continue his tour. We're trying to get confirmation. He was at Tama till 1:30 last night in Fortitude Valley with his crew and then took off around about 6:30 this morning for Fiji. So if you've got tickets for next week, there's speculation he ain't coming back.
But what is his problem?
Don't know.
Like, was he angry when he left?
Didn't look angry. I've seen photos of him. He looked fine.
And Lutzi gave him a fair spray yesterday morning about his Monday night, late arrival. Might have just been too much heat for him.
But I honestly thought that the reason that he came to Australia was to escape the limelight.
Yeah.
And but what you were saying is that the spotlight that he's been in Australia has been so intense that he's left. But I don't know if that's the reason. That's the case. Like he was at Broadbeach. He was hanging at Broadbeach.
He's having a good time.
Has he sold out his venues? They're all sold out, right?
Poor numbers in New Zealand, I'm hearing.
Ooh. But I understand if he'd pull the pin on New Zealand if he's got poor numbers. But if he's sold out.
Well, I think he's just got the, it's because he's thought, I'm not selling out. I could go to Fiji and just head straight to Europe, wherever he's heading next.
Was the concert good? Was there any feedback? Did anyone go to Drake?
I haven't heard any bad things.
What was it like? He made you wait for two or 3 hours, wasn't it?
But having said that, I haven't heard anyone who went to that concert or even last night's concert that's blowing up about the wait. So I haven't. People are saying, no, the concert was good. So maybe that was overstated.
Maybe he's just been reading his trolling comments too much online. He's got down. He needs to go and have a little vitamin D injection.
It could be that.
Drink out of some coconuts. Like, he is human after all.
Exactly.
And it is only a 3-hour flight. Like, he could come back.
Yeah, very easily.
But that'd be pretty poor form, though. Like, if he's made those concerts and he's just, for whatever reason, has just bailed out midway through a tour, you don't often see that.
He can't go the distance. That's why Serena and SZA left him.
Well, maybe. And without explanation, he hasn't, if he isn't, because next Tuesday, people are waiting now. They've paid their money. Good money.
I love the way I've just said, poor him, he's only human. That's not trolling.
I know,
and then I just said he can't last.
You just questioned his...
Producer Alicia, what do you...
Apparently all of his equipment from the stage has been shipped off to Europe as well.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Well, that's not a good sign,
no,
is it?
The glass walkover
That's
stage
the
thing he's
equivalent.
got. It's already on the way to Europe.
Yeah. If a chick's packed a GHD and a bikini's in a bag, she's off. She's not coming back.
They're the two key
They're
elements.
the two key elements. She is gone ski. Same as staging. Exact same
It's
thing.
exactly the same as staging.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Watch the Jetsons.
Yeah, of course.
George Jetson.
Do. We used to mark that as a future. There was the Jetsons and there was Beyond 2000. For me, they were the two markers of what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
And
Fair play.
And with the Jetsons, there's more and more things that are coming true. Like we've got holograms, we've got robots, robo-maids in the kitchen, we've got all of that.
When was that set, the Jetsons? Like, did they actually put it like a...
Well, they said they first created it in something like, hang on, what's 62 years ago from now?
Oh, no, not when was it out, but when...
What was it set in? I don't think they gave a... Did
no,
they?
it was just in the future.
It's just in the future.
Someone Google that.
Well, Jetsons was set in the very near future, 2062. We got a lot of ground to cover up in the next 30 years.
Not far
we
off.
don't. We are not far off at
No?
all because there's this company in America, a tech company, Aleph. Hang on, I'm just opening it up. What's his name?
Mate.
Aleph Aeronautics. So they have their Aleph Model 0, which is a flying car, and they believe that in the next 10 years or so, these will be available to buy for the mainstream.
How do they come off the ground? Is it like a runway deal?
It's got from what I can see, it's got multiple
does it lift up
jet
like a
streams.
helicopter?
It's more like a helicopter, but it's got all these multiple jet streams. So the air's somehow being sucked in from top through to bottom through multiple jet streams. And anyway, they're saying that this will be more available than like a Corolla, and it'll be the same price because they said it's actually really simple tech, which I find fascinating.
So they got a picture concept. I'm just wondering because usually when they start designing stuff like this, you can think of a movie that it's appeared in. There's
based on something.
Yeah. Okay, not that. That's.
Give us
What have you opened? Is that a selfie? Mitch has my phone.
God, I hope not.
Wait, what did I take?
But it is a car.
It's a car. It looks a bit like a Batmobile, but with like aerated.
It looks like an old school Batmobile.
Yeah, like the 1960s. Hardly enough.
Yes.
We're talking about Batmobile,
but in black Kevlar.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. Look, I remember being a kid, Nicky, and seeing the 1984.
I knew we were going to bring this up.
Well, I mention it all the time because, like, I was just a young kid, and the guy came into the opening ceremony on a jetpack. He flew around the stadium, and I just remember thinking, "Wow, that's the future. That's what we're all going to be doing." That was 40 years ago, and I don't think I've ever seen it since.
Well, I've got a little bit of insider information. My husband, who used to work over at Moreton Bay Shire Council, they've been talking about having the first kind of airport on the roof of the council for the Olympics for drone choppers.
I heard about this.
Yeah, of course you've heard about it. You know everything.
Yeah, but Moreton Bay, they're really
progressive,
like really, really progressive.
So they're
This is
pushing
cool.
hard for this.
Yeah, they are, and it's a possibility still. And there's a couple of different within that. So you have kind of a landing dock kind of situation.
Yes.
And then there's a few companies that are now saying, well, we can produce the actual crafts that can do it. And there's a hope that, air taxis at the very least by 2032.
Oh, so it'd be a drone deal.
Yeah.
So it'd be like
like driverless.
It's somewhere between a drone and a helicopter, but it's essentially a massive drone.
Well, I've always thought, how do you know which airspace you need to fly in? Because people are dumb enough on the roads, and that's quite simple, staying between the lines. Imagine having to work out what level you're flying. That's where they're saying it's going to be driverless. So you literally just hop in, and it just blows its way through. So
the technical conveyor belt effectively just takes you.
Exactly.
Because all the cars, they know what they're doing. We just don't know what we're doing. But yeah, this is a thing that they're saying is actually quite inexpensive to make. The tech's quite easy.
Yeah.
It'll be inexpensive to buy. It's just the infrastructure and getting the governments to get on board.
Which they're trying to do at the moment. I sat at that South East Queensland Council of Mayors thing recently, which Moreton Bay were at. You sat in the vehicle and you put the 3D goggles on, and it took you on a virtual tour around Brisbane in that. And it was, this is real. Like, this is people are actually doing this now. And we're talking the next 10 years. But
then how will we ever have an excuse for being late for work? There's no traffic.
I'll tell you what's weird. Sorry, Ash, make your point. I stomped all over you.
No, it's cool.
Did you have a point to make?
I can't remember.
Sorry.
No, that's all good. Yeah.
I must admit, for some reason, I took a chopper to the Sunshine Coast recently.
Yeah.
And the one overwhelming thought as you're choppering sort of adjacent to the Bruce Highway
yeah.
is you look down and you think, Like, it's kind of absurd that the only way we travel is that tiny little
the ground.
strip.
It's pretty crazy,
When you
isn't
look
it?
at the airspace above, and people are going to be going, oh, no, we're going to look up and just see crap flying everywhere, blah, blah, blah. But you're still having lanes, and there's still obviously zones and everything. But it's absurd that we don't use the airspace more effectively in this day.
It is.
That's why kookaburras are always laughing at us, because they're like, you dumb
Well, exactly, right?
buggers,
Birds
just
must be laughing their heads
driving
off at
along
us.
the ground.
Yeah.
And it's got to come, as I said at the start, like 40 years ago, they had the technology to do that. It's only got better. Every kid has got a drone. It seems like now they're flying around. I reckon that's what Drake was leaving for. You know, they were flying drones into his living room. But, you know, it's not like we don't have the technology. You just need to take that next step to adding humans to it.
And it is happening. I know Whisk Aero, being one of them, has signed a deal with Air Services Australia. So essentially what they're doing is they're laying the foundation for incorporating safe, first of all, and then autonomous air travel in Australia's airspaces. So the timeline for this, Nikki, you're right, is
In the
five to
next-
10 years.
Oh, I'd love to see it happen. How cool would that be?
It's the Jetsons.
Air Force Osborne.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I'm smarter than. I'm smarter than who?
The Brighton Answer deal is here, with one lucky person winning $100,000 off the price of their new home every month. Drop into your nearest Brighton display home today.
Jack, what's going on, mate? Are you good?
We're good. We're good.
Jack out of Bray Park. Who's we? Who you got rolling with you today?
I got the daughter in the car, Alira.
Oh, yeah?
Alira.
Is Alira keen for a gimp?
Oh, she's definitely keen for a gimp.
Yeah, 8 years of age. That's right in the wheelhouse. Right in the wheelhouse.
Nice work. Well, mate, it's $1,200.
You beauty.
Which is easily the most that we've had this year. It's got to be getting close to. I've lost my score sheet.
That's all right. There's
Mitch
a little-
Middleton, our chief statistician, if we can track that down.
Yeah, what school's Alira at? Do you want to do a shout out to any of her friends or anything, mate? Or, you know, give us some points.
Good luck, Alex.
Good luck, Alex.
Good luck, Alex. What's Alex got on?
Mum and Alex should be listening. Oh, he's just going to a hospital appointment.
Oh, okay. Good luck, Alex.
Shout out to Alex.
Hope it all goes well, brother.
All right, I'd love to see you win this $1,200 here.
Thanks, mate. I'd love it.
Best of luck. Let's see how you go. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. When referring to navigation, what does the P in GPS stand for?
Don't know.
The TV series Neighbours is set on which street?
Ramsey.
Animals that eat both plants and meat are called what?
Omnivore.
The 12 Apostles is a rock formation in which Australian state?
Western Australia.
How long is a trimester?
3 months.
Stop the clock.
Well, that's going to be really competitive. Whether it's enough to win, I don't know.
Nikki, I think we'll definitely get question 4 about the 12 Apostles.
GPS maybe as well, I think.
Yeah, I might get that first one.
She's tech savvy.
As well. But you never know. You never know. Jack, you finished with
2 seconds
on the clock.
By the way, just if you're out there today,
should be pretty good.
While she's still in the booth,
yeah.
If you're out there today, she was just saying how she's getting close to 721,000 followers on Instagram, but a couple have dropped off lately because of something she said. I know she had a go at someone. So if you can just give her a lift and follow Nikki, get her back up to 721.
Chuck a follow.
It'll make her feel a lot better.
That's like passing the hat around for Clive Palmer at a lunch, isn't it? Let's bring in the... Oh, hang on. No, County.
Go to a live up.
Wait! Jack, County and Alira.
All right, Alira, you ready for bringing the gift? 1, 2, 3.
Bring in the gift!
Oh, it doesn't get much better than that, Alira. Firstly, you were nice to your brother. That was excellent. But you know what? I gave 9.5 the other day. I've got to follow it up. 9.5 out of 10 for you.
Correct.
Great job.
Well done.
Biggest this year.
Oh, I leave quite an impression. 5-0 to be exact. You're wondering why I'm so good at quizzing. The cave is where it's at. Now I'm done and you're still waiting to compete. 1 degree of separation.
Oh, Madison.
I heard you'll bring the gimp in, and if that's true, you'll just have to beat me. That's not on who. If you want to win it, and I bet you do.
How good's
Nice.
that? Madison.
That's
That's a
gone
new one.
straight up the charts as one of my favourite gimps.
There was so much effort into that.
So good.
That was good.
When did that come in?
This week.
A couple of days ago, we received that.
And
one.
who was that?
Madison.
Well done, Madison.
That's that could make the top 5 this year.
Absolutely.
Put
Get 'em
together
into
the top 5 at the end of the year.
Or do we
Big
have
prizes
Gimp
up for
awards
grabs.
too?
Oh, yeah.
The Gimps. Yep.
Oh,
Our Facebook or Instagram. Unreal work from Madison there. Okay, Nikki, let's go.
oh, that's right. I forgot.
30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. When referring to navigation, what does the P in GPS stand for?
Positional.
The TV series Neighbours is set on which street?
Ramsey.
Animals that eat both plants and meat are called what?
Omnivores.
The 12 Apostles is a rock formation in which Australian state?
Victoria.
How long is a trimester?
3 months.
Stop the clock.
It was pretty much went as I thought it would, to be honest with you.
How long did Nicky have on the clock there?
5 seconds.
5 seconds. Well, there's no need for a Tuco. Let's have a look at it. When referring to navigation, what does the P in GPS stand for? Positioning is correct. Global Positioning System. You missed that one, Jack. Nicky got it. 1-0.
I can thank my boat license for that one.
Yeah, I know. I had a feeling you'd get that. I
Yeah,
said
that was fresh.
Yeah.
That was fresh.
TV series Neighbours is set on which street? I mean, we were talking about it just yesterday.
Yeah, Ramsey Street.
Ramsey
it
Street.
needs a reno.
Both got that. 2-1. Oh, hang on. Here we go.
I feel bad because people actually live there.
Yeah.
It's a real street.
Look at their house back now.
But they're in Victoria.
They're
not
okay.
Victorians,
They're
who
okay.
cares?
Meh, whatever.
Do you know?
Last one out, shut the gate.
I was going to say it's an interesting fact, but it's not. You remember the old Neighbours logo, and it would be the UBD behind it.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the old Refidex.
Yeah,
behind it.
old Refidex
Oh,
behind
yes,
it.
yes.
That Refidex, if you close in on that Refidex, it's actually Brisbane streets.
That's right.
That
Is
are
that
around
right?
here.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, they've got. They
Like
don't have a Refidex. They've got a
Melways.
Melways. That's
What?
the one.
Yep.
Refidex was just a Queensland deal.
That's
think it's the name.
No, it's just called Refidex up here.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the Refidex isn't a Melbourne term.
No, they would not. They'd just look at you and go,
Did not know
put
that.
your
No.
thongs on and go home.
My wife moved
Get out
up
of
here
here.
and said, "Where's your Brisway?" I'm like, "What the
What the
hell
hell's
is
a-
a Brisway?
yeah, what's
What are
a-
you talking
Yeah.
about?"
But what do they have?
Foreign language.
Melway.
Oh, how's Victorians?
Victorians. Idiots.
It's 2-1. Animals that eat both plants and meat are called omnivores. You both got that. The 12 Apostles is a rock formation in which Australian state? Jack, Western Australia. Nikki, Victoria. Victoria is correct. And a trimester is 3 months or 12 weeks. You both got that, but it's a 5-3 victory to Nikki.
Oh, sorry, Jack.
That's all right. You nailed it. All over it.
I did nail that one.
That'll get your followers back up.
I like
What
that.
do you mean, Jack? That is no concept of anything we were talking about.
I don't think we had time.
Wait, what?
What? I don't know.
What do you talk about me when I'm in the boot?
Jack's gone rogue there.
I feel like
I
I
don't know
feel
what
like
he's-
your missus
I don't
now.
know what he's talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Jack.
I want playback.
We want playback, yeah. Look, I'm going to give you 5 tickets to the Rocco Gin Girls Day out at Eagle Farm this Saturday. This is great. Either you can go, Jack, or you've got some friends. This is a cracking day. I know so many people going. You know what they say?
What do they say?
When the girls go, the boys follow.
Make it stop.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking live racing, entertainment, hospitality packages and more. You've got to check this out, guys, brc.com.au. And while you're at their website, check out all the great things coming up with Stradbroke season. It's going to be an amazing year for the Brisbane Racing Club. And also, I'll throw in
What about that Broncos?
a $250. We've got one of these left. If I can just walk up here and have a look. Yes, we do. We get down to Broncos Leagues Club, a $250 Broncos League Club voucher for you, Jack. Fulcher Road, Red Hill, broncosclub.com.au. Delicious food and drinks. You'll absolutely love it there, mate.
Oh, what fun.
Good on you. Well done, Jack.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Are any of you guys, do you have claustrophobia at all?
Oh, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you, Lutzi?
Not really. No.
No. Oh, that's a good way to be.
Well, I mean, you couldn't put me in a, if one of those shows.
Put you in a
couldn't put me
boot of a car.
in a coffin, and put me on a.
Oh, interesting
something
you
like that.
say that, Ash, boot of the car, because this happened to me a few years ago, but just when I saw Car of the Year yesterday. Well done, Hyundai, by the way.
Yeah,
on Car
that's
of the
impressive.
Year.
Yeah.
But one time I went out. This is not a Hyundai story. Went out to the beach with my family. I was with my brother-in-law was driving, and then I ended up on a phone call to my agent. We pulled up on a quiet road next to the beach. It was 37 degrees, which is why we were going to the beach. And I was still stuck on the phone. I said, you guys go ahead without me and I'll catch you up. And they're like, okay. They closed the door. They kept walking and then the locks went click with the remote. And I thought nothing of it. And then I finished my phone call and I went to get out of the car. I could not get out of the car. Then I'm looking for a central unlock button. It's deactivated. Nothing's happening. I'm trying to do windows. I'm trying to do everything. Nothing is happening. Starting to panic because I'm getting rather hot by now. I open the manual. I'm too panicked to open the manual. I call my dad because it was his car. And I called him. I said, Dad, how do I get out? If the car's locked, it's being locked from the remote, how do I get out? And he's like, I'll just call the dealer. He calls the dealer. He then calls back and he goes, you can't call the ambulance or the fire brigade now. So I've called the fire brigade. I called 000.
Was it an old car? Sorry, I missed the start of that.
This was back in the day, it was a BMW X3, I think.
Normal sort of car. 2000 model.
Yeah. And so I call the ambulance, call 000, and I start bashing on the windows with my hands because I am cooking.
How long had you been inside at this point?
This has probably been about 6 minutes, and it is getting so hot. I feel like an ant under a magnifying glass, and I'm like smashing the window now. My hands are bleeding. I'm freaking out. I'm screaming because I'm like, I'm not going to make it. And then...
and there was no way... Even the dealer, whatever, said there's no
way of getting out.
How is that possible?
And so anyway, I'm thinking, I'm gone. I'm done. And then thankfully a family walked past. I'm screaming at them and they're like, what? What is it? I'm like, go and get my brother-in-law.
So what's it look like?
Yeah, I know. Well, I look like a lunatic because they're like, just let yourself out. Yeah, I can't. And anyway, they dragged my brother-in-law up from the beach. He's still happy as Larry. He has no idea.
He's been swimming.
Yeah, and then he unlocks it and I fall out of the car, like crying, a mess. And then I realised that there are certain models of cars where if you lock it with the remote, there is no way of getting out. And I'm like, what a way to kill someone.
At this moment, this would be your brother you'd be interested in killing, obviously.
Put him back in there.
Yeah, well, cancer did that, unfortunately. But
no, I didn't know that, did I?
No, but moving on from that.
Can we?
I'm sorry.
Moving on. No, that's the thing. And I'm wondering
that's
how many...
That's ridiculous that there's cars that do that. Why? Why? What to what end?
But I don't know. I think it could still be a thing. I think there are cars out there where if it's locked with the remote, you can't get out. So now whenever we pull out of a petrol station or anywhere, if Jeremy accidentally locks the car, I lose my mind. I lose it.
So at the end of the year when we give the car away, like usually there's a chance we'd put you in there.
Nope.
I was going to say that's a.
And I was never claustrophobic beforehand, but now I've got a real thing. Like I go from 0 to crazy panic straight away.
I get that.
I'm just interested to know how many cars still do that. If that, it's a. I mean, it's a European car.
In the old
try it on your wife. Everyone try it on their wife now.
Just give it a go. Lock someone in the car.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
We were talking about, Nikki, you had a crisis. You were trapped in the car with seemingly no way out, and we had some calls coming through. Similar experiences. Beck out of Ripley, first one through. Hello.
Hello, Beck. It happened to your kid, yes?
Yeah, I had my two boys in the car. We were just looking through a car yard, and they wanted to play their iPads. And I have a BMW iX1, and you can turn the aircon on remote. So I turned it on, and I was like, okay. And then it didn't turn on. And then lucky I was close by, but I could see them banging on the windows, and they wanted to get out.
Oh.
And I was close by, so I ran over. But, yeah, they couldn't open any of the doors.
Wow. See,
True.
Okay, so
That'd freak you out.
that would freak you out because you could accidentally do something bad to someone.
It just seems unbelievable that you can be locked in.
I know, I can't believe
in the car.
I mean, in the old days, you just like lift the
thing, the stick.
I'm all for the old days. The more cars get like electronically motivated and activated, it freaks me out. I want to be able to just flip a switch.
In the old days, I lock my keys inside the car sometimes, and you'd be able to get into it with the
coat hanger.
Coat hanger, and people go, "What are you?" And you go, "It's all right. It's my car.
Yes.
I'm breaking into my own car."
I remember at my old footy club when I used to play down there, and someone locked their keys in the car, and I think it was actually a police officer locked the keys in the car, and then some, teenager walking, but I can get in there, and they said, "Oh, really?" Said, "If you promise not to, if you promise not to fingerprint us, we'll get your keys out of your car for you."
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'll just let them do it. Yeah.
And we've got Angie. She's got a solution for this situation. Angie, what's your advice if this happens to anybody?
Well, my 13-year-old son told me this bit of trivia that I never knew, but 13-year-olds know everything, don't they? The headrest on your seat, in most cars, will you can take it off.
Yeah, you can pull it all the way out. Yes.
Yeah, and those two metal things are designed for a dual purpose, obviously, yes, to put the headrest in. But if you're in an emergency situation and you're trapped in the car or you're submerging in water, those metal things are designed to smash the window.
I think you're submerged in water.
I know, she's going down.
Yourself, use that thing. Angie, get that thing out of the headrest.
No, I learnt that later as well, that you're meant to...
smashes the glass safely enough where it
but it was my dad's car. I would be kind of torn. Do I die or do I smash my dad's Beamer?
Yeah, exactly. You want to be sure.
Yeah, you'd want to be sure. But also on that submerged water, like in case, Ash, you accidentally get swamped when you're driving on Stratty, the rule is you're meant to let the water come in and then you're meant to climb to the back, you take the headrest off and you smash the back windshield. It's designed to float.
Oh,
you
back.
go out the rear windshield. That's how you get out if your car's ever in water. So there you go. Or just get a tide map.
All these rabbit holes we've been down on social media are paying off.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Now, anyone who's a little bit funny about spiders, perhaps just cover your ears for a second.
Yeah, that's me.
I think I'd rather spiders than snakes. Like if I had to if you had to put your hand into the box, if you're on the island.
Yes, yes.
And they did the challenge. I'd rather be putting it in there with spiders.
But
than
it's
snakes.
more likely, if you live in a city like most of us do, that you're gonna, if you're in your bed.
You come across
you're
a
not
spider.
You're not going to see a snake, but you can potentially see a spider.
Spiders crawling into my ears, that freaks me out in the middle of the night.
There's some stupid stat someone said. I think it's complete BS, but it's like...
Oh, you eat them, apparently.
1 in 3 people have had a spider in their mouth while they're sleeping.
Yeah,
or something ridiculous.
You eat an average of 6 per year or something ridiculous. I'm like, how do we... What are we talking about?
Who's checking on this?
Well, this one wouldn't fit in your ear or your mouth because in Newcastle they have discovered a new... larger species of funnel web spider. It's funnel web mixed with 2 other larger spiders. Maybe they're shagged
funnel
with
web
a bird-eating
poisonous?
one. Hey? It's the most deadly.
In the world, right?
Yeah, you get 15 minutes.
Why is it breeding with other dangerous spiders?
It's upsized, so it's gone, hang on, I'm going to shag that bird-eating spider, so then I'm a giant funnel web. They've called it, aptly, the big boy.
Oh, come on.
So,
at least it's a cool name. Like they're not trying to marry, with a cockapoodle and all of that type of stuff. What they do in the dog world when they go crossbreed.
Yeah, like a funnel hunt or something.
Funnel hunt, yes.
That's actually not bad.
Guys.
you
know what happened.
Yeah, we can't have that again.
But that's the ones, if there's one spider that... unlocks a fear in me, it's the funnel. Remember when I was
they appear out of nowhere.
And they used to be in Sydney, but I think they're up here now. Because when I was a kid, it was like, no, when you go to Sydney to see Uncle Michael, who lived on at Coal Cliff, which is,
with the rocks.
Rocks and stuff. Exactly, on a cliff. It was, and Mum went downstairs to get the washing basket, lifted a towel, funnel web.
Stop it.
And do you think I slept 1 second for the rest of the week upstairs? I'm still scared by funnel webs.
Well,
and now they're up here, I think.
Well, they're encouraging people to catch them at the moment.
The funnel webs?
The funnel webs. Anyone, not just the big boy. They want the big boy especially, though, because they've got extra venom in them, because Sydney's Australian Reptile Park said that they've had a slow season and basically to create the anti-venom, that's what they do there. They create the anti-venom. They need 200 bites. Samples per anti-venom vial, whereas the big boy, they think they'd only need like a quarter of that.
So, but the actual anti-venom comes from the poison itself.
From the poison and
but
from the
they need
male.
200
bites.
200 bites.
For one.
Yeah.
One
for one
cure.
vial.
One anti-venom.
Cure. And they said...
What?
But since they've created this anti-venom, no one has died from a funnel web bite. So they're all over it. But yeah, so they're encouraging people to catch these buggers. And also if they've got egg sacs, they're like, oh, bring that too. Bring in the egg sacs. Yeah,
okay.
Something to do on the weekend. Just go out.
How are you going to... How do you capture... Like, who's trying to capture a funnel web? That seems... Like, they're aggressive.
It seems like something you shouldn't be telling the public to do. All right, kids, this weekend, let's go out and catch some penny lizards and some funnel webs.
I'm interested in the crossbreeding, though. Like, who is the funnel web hooking up
Mated
with?
I don't know. They said...
Who's rooting a funnel web? It's like
said-
an influencer and a bikie or something, I guess. When you think about it.
I was looking for actual information, but that'll do.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Experience boutique luxury accommodation, exceptional dining, and exquisite events at Emporium Hotel South Bank, Brisbane's cultural epicentre.
The only way to farewell summer. Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne's end of summer party.
I'm chasing paradise with you.
So we're on tomorrow night, aren't we, Mitch?
It's happening tomorrow night, finally. One more sleep.
Let's do it, mate.
At the Emporium, South Bank. The terrace rooftop bar, should I say. That's where we're having it.
How many tickets are we giving away? Sorry, you go. You go.
Ollie.
G'day, how are you?
God, we should have known you'd get tickets.
I thought Ollie
Mate.
I thought we had...
Oh, no, I got through just talking about the venue, but I was starting to get a bit nervous. I thought, oh, no, I'm going to miss this one. I would have been gutted.
Geez, you've left your run late.
I know.
Can Pearl come?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, 100%.
Ollie and Pearl are OG. Like, I think they've been to every single Nova party we've ever
Actually,
had.
I remember talking to Ollie early on when I first started.
Exactly.
Oh, but we didn't give him an invite.
I thought we did.
I can't wait to meet you, Nikki.
I can't wait to meet you as well.
Yeah, you'll love Ollie and
Everyone
Pearl.
seems very familiar and happy that you just got through.
So I am too.
Part of the family.
It would have hurt to miss it. We got the outfits, we're ready to go, but we're waiting for the invite, so we're pretty happy.
I was like that with my own wedding for a long time there.
Yeah. Got your dress
Yeah, got my dress. I planned it. Just need to find a bloody
Find a
dude.
Classic.
Now,
Classic.
when you're coming, Pearl will be excited as well, mate, so congratulations.
Much appreciated.
Bring your dancing shoes.
Oh, no worries, mate. Yeah, might do the worm. There we go.
Do the worm.
The worm would fit in well, wouldn't it?
Have you done the worm before at any of our prior parties?
Oh, a couple about 10 years ago I did, yeah.
I reckon Birdie Num Nums, you might have pulled
I think I won. No, it was down there. I think it was the one at the Gold Coast. It was a 600 or something. It was a Indy 600 or something.
I reckon
it was a while ago.
I reckon the worm now might send you to the chiropractor.
No.
Yeah, you're right, actually. It's been a while.
Pretty nimble. But, right, that's great. You're coming along. So how many more we got, Mitchy? Is that it now? Or?
Where are we at,
Any
Mitch?
last minute Louis tomorrow?
What are we looking at? Yeah, we got one more set to give out tomorrow.
Wow.
So, yeah, maybe just go ahead and buy yourself a Slim Aaron Styles t-shirt.
Yeah, just have something ready.
A little bit retro, just in case. And if you haven't already registered, you're coming in late like Ollie. I mean, Ollie's been waiting for our call, obviously. We'll see him tomorrow night. Jump on board the Nova Player app this morning. Register your details. You could score those final tickets tomorrow morning. Experience boutique luxury accommodation, exceptional dining and exquisite events at Emporium Hotel South Bank, Brisbane's cultural epicentre. And they have jumped on board as well to provide some prizing for the night. Therma Italian dining vouchers up for grabs for the best dressed tomorrow night. I want to know we've got their menu and on the sheet in front of us now. That looks great. The actual restaurant itself looks incredible. So that could be yours tomorrow night. Best dressed.
Is this it? Are we done? Is this the last break?
Yeah, mate.
Is there any update on the throwback throwdown voting?
Oh, yeah. Do we have a...
Anybody? Nick, if you can, like hot off the press, just the voting at the moment.
We're going back to 1992 for this week's Throwback Throwdown.
And I'll tell you what, you got it?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm way too slow.
All right, last place, 17%, achy breaky heart.
Oh, get stuffed.
It's early days.
But equals
That's
second, Friday I'm in Love.
Oh, equals.
And Under the Bridge. Ash, crisscross in the lead.
Oh!
33%.
33. So what are the other two at?
Close.
25 apiece. Early days.
I'll tell you what's interesting, though. I can remember once ever there was a significant shift from that first announcement to the actual announcement. You know, when you watch elections and you go, 2% of the vote counted, and no, it looks like the Greens have...
and they're already
how do you
calling
know
it?
that? But it actually makes sense, because the early numbers in this comp usually always are the end result.
Reflect the final result.
The end result.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's weird, isn't it?
That is a trend.
Yeah, it's not
sad
good
for Billy.
news for you at the moment.
No, it's terrible. And I love that song.
You've got almost 721,000 followers on Instagram. If I was you, I'd probably leverage that.
No, I don't want to
buy them.
No, because then if I lose, then it looks worse.
Okay, so you're not using them.
No, I'm not going to use them.
Okay, right.
I'm going to use our listeners. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, listeners.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Inaloo or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.